Hello, welcome to step 8. Who are you emailing? Or who is it to? So, again, if we go to our email, here's the message that we're creating. The to is who are you sending it to? If I want to send it to, let's say Mrs. Davis, I would type in, I can just put Davis, and there I can find it, Kayla Davis, or I can type Kayla Davis, and I would click on it. And if let's say I wanted Mr. Alvarez as well, I know his first name is Ruben Alvarez. Okay, so right now it's going to go to both of them. Let's say it's going to go to both of them, and they're both going to be able to see that I send it to both of them. They're going to know exactly who I've sent this email to. They're going to know it's not just to them, it's to multiple people. Let's say I accidentally clicked on Mr. Alvarez, but I didn't want Mr. Alvarez to be there. Then I could click on this X because X is like exit. So I would click there, and then it would just be Mrs. Davis. But what if I wanted Mrs. Thurno? So let's see. I've got Mrs. Thurno. And let's say, oh yeah, I did want Mr. Alvarez. I could click on Mr. Alvarez. And now, so right now it means that all three of these people are going to get my message and they're going to know that I sent it to each one of them. Let's say I wanted someone to know about this message, but I'm not like, the message isn't directly about them or for them. I just want them to know. That's where I click on the CC. So let's say I want my boss to know about this. Then I would click on Mrs. Michelson's my boss. And so I would CC her, basically saying, like, hey, Mrs. Michelson, I want you to know about this, but I'm not like directly talking to you. BCC is really important when you don't necessarily want all of the people you're sending it to know who else is also getting the email. BCC is probably a really good idea if you're sending your email to a lot of people and you want their identity to be kept private. So if I click on BCC, I could have gotten rid of all of the names right here and keep that blank. And then BCC, I would blind carbon copy all of the same people. So BCC means blind carbon copy. So Mrs. Davis, and then Ruben Alvarez right there. And then I would want my boss to know about it. So I would CC my boss. So now I've blind carbon copied Mrs. Thurno, Mrs. Davis, and Mr. Alvarez, which means that they do not know who else is receiving the message. It's their identity. Their identity is private, it's secret. But then they can see that I have carbon copied Miss Michelson so that she knows, like, hey, she's aware of this message being sent, but she knows it's not directly to her. So these are some options as far as like the CC, and the blind carbon copy, the BCC. All right, now it's your turn to practice this right now. So I want you to practice deciding who are you going to send this practice email to right now. Don't actually send the email, just practice typing in some names of people that you would send this pretend email.